And I can't believe I have to ask you this, but I do, because Donald Trump has been attacking Kamala Harris's racial identity.
He has not been, but ask your question.
Well, he questioned her racial identity. He said a number of years ago she happened to turn black. Her father is Jamaican. Do you believe Kamala Harris is black?
I believe that Kamala Harris is whatever she says she is, but I believe importantly that President Trump is right that she's a chameleon. She pretends to be one thing in front of one audience, she pretends to be something different in front of another audience. Look, Dana, she's not running a political campaign, she's running a movie. She only speaks to voters behind a teleprompter. Everything is scripted. She doesn't have her policy positions out there. She hasn't answered why she wanted to ban fracking, but now she doesn't. She wanted to fund police, but now she doesn't. She wanted to open the border, but now she doesn't. She should have to answer for why she presents a different set of policies to one audience and a different set of policies to another audience. And I think that's what President Trump is getting at. This is a fundamentally fake person. She's different depending on who she's in front of.
With respect, you
Please.
changed your position on an important thing, which is Donald Trump.
Of course I did.
And so why are you not a chameleon?
Because, Dana, I've explained to the American people what's different. People change their minds when the facts change, they should, but if you want to be the people's vice president or president, you should have to stand before an interviewer and say, this is why I changed my mind. So to everybody who's seen that I criticized Donald Trump, since he asked the question, here are two things.
You didn't just criticize him, you said he could be America's Hitler.
Well, that's a criticism, and I didn't say that exactly, but set that to the side. What I said about Donald Trump and what I believed about Donald Trump, two things that really changed. First of all, I didn't think Donald Trump would be a good president. He was a great president. Wages were rising. The world was more peaceful. Remember, when Donald Trump was running for president the first time, they said he would start World War III. He brought more peace to the world than any president of my lifetime. The second thing, Dana, is I believed, and I'm ashamed of it, I believed a lot of the media lies about Donald Trump in 2016. I believe that he said things like, for example, the media said Donald Trump accused all Mexicans of being rapists and criminals. You actually look at what he said, he did not say that at all. And I think it's important when you see something, you change your mind, and that's all I've done. And my pitch to the American people would be, I imagine a lot of folks who are thinking about voting for Donald Trump in 2024, maybe they've bought in to the media lies about him. Think for yourself, look at what he actually said, and I think you'll find that he's, one, a very engaging guy, but two, was a very good president.
Yes, Vance is the guy. Just within a single day, I have seen different interviews. They have been published about him, and he is passing out the message the way it is. Some thought this guy will not be there to defend what is going on. They have spread a lot of lies, and he is passing the message rightly. You just saw what happened here. Before we proceed with the video, we saw what happened with Kamala Harris recently coming out to copy Trump policies. About 3 of them, the no tax on thieves, the border issue. Kamala is picking this up. It's actually a call for concern to a lot of people. I think I did a video about it. Now taking a look at Vance. It is that person who is ready to face the media. Trump picking him was for a reason. They thought they can use his past, how he used to criticize Trump, to clear him off. But they didn't succeed with that. When you take a look at the way he's handling this lady, it's a clear way to prove to people that this man is ready. I've seen people, oh, Trump made a mistake to pick up Vance.
Something that Governor Walz has called you and Donald Trump, and that is weird.
Sure.
And it is taken off. The New York Times reports that when Donald Trump was asked about it, he said, not me, they're talking about JD.
Well, certainly they've levied that charge against me more than anybody else, but I think that it drives home how they're trying to distract from their own policy failures. I mean, look, this is fundamentally schoolyard bully stuff. They can accuse me of whatever they want to accuse me of. As Harry S. Truman once said, if you can't take the heat, stay out of the kitchen. And I'm doing this because I think that me being vice president will help improve people's lives. So I accept their attacks, but I think that it is a little bit of projection, Dana. If you think about Just take a couple of days ago. Tim Walz gives this big speech. He's been announced as the VP nominee. And I remember when I had just been announced as the VP nominee, I gave my big speech and I saw my wife and I gave her a big hug and a kiss because I love my wife and I think that's what a normal person does. Tim Walz gave his wife a nice, firm Midwestern handshake and then tried to sort of awkwardly correct for it. So I think that what it is two people, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, who aren't comfortable in their own skin because they aren't comfortable with their policy positions for the American people. And so they're name calling instead of actually telling the American people how they're going to make their lives better. I think that's weird, Dana, but look, they can call me whatever they want to.
You're saying Tim Walz doesn't have affection for his wife? I don't even understand that.
I said that he acted weird, which he did, on a national stage in front of his wife and in front of millions of Americans who presumably were watching at home. And I think that it's projection, Dana. Look, I think this election should be about who's going to solve the inflation crisis, who's going to make groceries and housing more affordable, who's going to secure that southern border. Kamala Harris's record is that she supported all of the policies that made that problem worse, Dana. We're trying to say we're going to take the country in a different direction. I really think that it's important to point this out, Dana. Their entire campaign has not been about, here's our policy for how we're going to make your life better, or here's what's wrong with Donald Trump and J.D. Vance's policies. We're going to name call and hope that you don't notice that we don't have an agenda. That is the entire Democrat approach to this election.
They have done both. They have both policies, and they are trying to define
Dana,
you as well.
If you go to Kamala Harris's campaign page right now, they still don't have a policy.
Well, let's talk about
policy
versus
positions about what they're going to do. I think that's really insulting to America.
Yes, I believe you said he did not allow this lady to pull out the way they usually do to most Republicans, which to me, I applaud him. He went further to say, oh, they're calling me weird. They are trying to trap him in such a way that, oh, he should say something to Trump. Oh, the way he defends it, he picks it up, oh, it is on me, and respond to them, taking the blame. That is how it is done. If they're calling me weird, he quoted an example, and every person who has normal eyes would see that, oh, that was not right.
Well, of course, Dana, I honor his service, and I've never criticized what Tim Walz did when he was in the military. I criticized his retirement decision, and most importantly, Dana, I criticized his lying about his own record, okay? This is a guy who was captured on video saying, I carried a gun in war. He never went to war. This is a guy who's been captured on video. As other people say, he's an Afghanistan veteran. He's a veteran of a war, nodding along in agreement instead of saying, no, I did serve my country and I did it honorably, but I never went to a war.
Yes, CNN recently is doing a lot of cover for Kamala Harris, and we are observing it in real time. Kamala is not able to sit down in interviews like this to talk with the media. They want to cover her, so that bad aspect of her should not come out. It is concerning. This is 21 days since she became Democrat nominee, and we have not seen her anywhere. And the media is not bashing her. Just imagine it was Trump. You will see the way the media will handle it. It will be totally different. So you should know exactly what these people are doing. Just last week, Trump, when you look at his schedule, the campaign rallies were not out there. The media will now say, oh, Trump campaign is collapsing. Oh, he's feeling scared. Oh. So you see that kind of negative, coverage that they always put or pertaining to him. It is concerning. It came out recently. Some say, oh, they are faking their campaign. They're doing that. That is one thing I want to say with Republican Party. They should not focus on this even. Focus on building your base. Encourage people to register.